If you're a facilities manager at a university, you know students rely on the cafeteria for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the occasional late-night snack. So when a dishwasher breaks down and dirty plates pile up, the mess hall can turn messy in the blink of an eye. Enter Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast delivery, the product you need now is never far away. So you can turn that dishwasher back into a lean, clean washing machine. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Avengers radio series, a cultural phenomenon in South Africa back in the 1970s. South Africa was a country with no national television service. It wasn't until 1976 that the country would get its first taste of television broadcasts. But before that, radio was the primary medium of entertainment and information for the masses. This was the context when The Avengers, a British spy FI series, made its debut on South African radio and became a cultural phenomenon. The Avengers was a British television series that originally aired from 1961 to 1969. The show revolved around the adventures of John Steed, a suave and sophisticated secret agent, and his various female associates. The series was a unique blend of traditional spy thriller elements with science fiction and fantasy, which set it apart from other shows of its time. While the series was hugely popular in the UK and had also made a significant impact in the American markets, being one of the rare British series given a network transmission slot, it was virtually unknown in South Africa. This was primarily due to the lack of a national television service in the country until 1976. However, as a film series, The Avengers was able to gain some exposure in South Africa through film rentals. But it was the launch of the radio series that truly brought The Avengers to the masses in South Africa. Come and listen at www.myclassicradio.net.
Well, hello. Come right in. Oh, George, we've got company.
Good evening. This is Bill Goodwin speaking for Lever Brothers, makers of Swan, the new white floating soap. Well, it's Tuesday night again, time for another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen, their guests, Madeline Carroll, Jimmy Cash, and Paul Whiteman and his music. And now meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, George and Gracie have just arrived in New York City with their little duck, Herman. And here they are about to enter the lobby of one of Manhattan's large hotels.
Hey, wait a minute, Gracie. You better hide Herman. They'll never allow a duck in a hotel like this.
Oh, yes. Herman, you jump into Mama's hat box. There. Now is Mama's precious.
So what's the later? Let's go and register. Oh, clerk.
Yes? This hotel is jammed to the doors. We don't need you.
Yeah, well, he's right, George. You know, I've heard that they're so crowded here that Tommy Manville is in the same room with his wife.
Well, that's pretty crowded.
Boy, take this luggage up to 3311.
Oh, give me that hat box.
What's made that noise?
George, you better take some bicarbonate.
Oh, yeah.
Madam, what is in that hat box?
Did you think it was a duck?
I've seen a lot of hats, but that's the first one I've ever heard.
Oh, well, this is one of the new Hollywood hats. They're wearing them very loud this year.
Gracie, come on.
No, in a minute, dear. Clerk, will you please send our breakfast up right away? Where's ours?
Yes, madam.
We'd like 2 glasses of orange juice, 2 cups of coffee, some toast, and a half a dozen worms.
A half a dozen worms?
Why? Is that too many? Are they rationing the men now?
Gracie, come on.
Oh, look, here comes Tootsie Sagwell. Hello, Tootsie.
Hello, Gracie. Hello,
Oh,
George.
hello, Tootsie.
It's wonderful, wonderful New York. This marvelous city.
Oh, you like it, Tootsie?
Oh, do I? Didn't you always say that only 1 man in a million would ever go for me?
That's right.
And aren't there 4 million men in New York?
That's right.
Well, that's 4 men.
Tootsie, are you going to stop at this hotel?
Yes, they wouldn't take me at the YMCA.
Hello, Hello, people.
Hello,
Bill.
Clerk.
Yes?
I'm Bill Goodwin. I wrote in for a reservation.
Oh, yes, Mr. Goodwin. And referring to your letter, we realize there's a meat shortage, but we definitely cannot allow you to keep birds in the bathroom.
Well, now, wait. Who wants to keep birds in the bathroom?
You do, according to your letter. It says here, I cannot consider staying at your hotel unless there is Swan in the bathroom.
Oh, well, you see, Swan, the new white floating soap that's purer than finest Castiles, the regular suds and whiz.
Oh, I see. Well, Mr. Goodwin, we're rather crowded, so if you're going to be with us a while, I'd suggest you reserve a table in our dining room.
Oh, no, thank you. I want every meal sent up to my room.
Every meal?
Oh, yes. You see, the minute I finish eating, I like to jump right up and wash the dishes with Swan. Swan is great for washing dishes, you know, because it suds faster than other white floating soaps. And Swan is purer than finest Castiles. It's mild and kind to your hands. Helps keep them soft and lovely. So Swan should be used for every soap and water job around the house.
Well, I must say, you're a rather unusual guest, Mr. Goodwin. Oh, boy, show Mr. Goodwin to his room.
Yes, sir. Right this way, sir.
Well, you just take my bags up, son, and you'll probably need another boy to help you. Here, this is for your trouble. Split it with the other boy.
Split it?
Sure, break it in two and give him half. Swan breaks in two with an easy twist of the wrist, you know. So you can use half in the kitchen for dishes and cleaning and half in the bathroom for your hands and face.
Well, I really can't take all this, Mr. Goodwin.
No?
No, you get 3 bubbles change.
Well, this will go on for days. Come on, Gracie. Let's go up to our rooms.
George, isn't this a lovely suite?
Yeah, isn't it pretty?
Herman, jump up on the windowsill and Mama will show you New York. There, that's a good boy. Now, see that great big building over there? Well, that's the Empire State Building. It was built by a governor of New York named Al Smith, an old Dutchman who had a wooden leg.
Gracie, Peter Stuyvesant had a wooden leg.
Oh, him too, huh?
Yeah, he kept it in his brown derby. It was cold.
Well, now New York stops right at that river, Herman. Yes, really. And beyond the river is the Bronx, very wild place where the Indians live.
Gracie, there are no Indians in the Bronx. Okay. The Bronx is full of Indians, and they wear feathers. Turkey feathers. Some wear chicken feathers. But most of them wear duck feathers. Yes, and they sneak up behind little ducks and pull the feathers out of their tails.
Oh, now, George, that was me.
Yeah, I feel awful, yeah. Come in.
Mr. Burns,
That's right, boy.
I have an epistle for you.
Epistle?
Yes, that means a letter.
Well, thanks. Gracie, here's a letter for you. Yes, boy. Oh, I suppose you're waiting for a tip.
Quite. The $1 is the usual amount.
Well, here's a dime. You've had an unusual experience.
Oh, dear. Sometimes I wish I'd never left Dartmouth.
Oh, George, this is a note from Madeline Carroll. She has a room right next to us, and she's coming in to say hello.
Oh, good.
Oh, Madeline Carroll is awfully pretty, isn't she, George?
Uh-huh, yes.
Prettier than I am. Huh?
Oh, no. You're much prettier than she is.
Oh, no, I'm not. Huh?
Oh, yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
I know, but I'm too modest to blow my own horn.
This is Paul Whiteman, and here's what we consider a mighty smooth arrangement by Jimmy Mundy of one of America's favorite tunes, Moonlight Mood.
and Carol, Judge. Come in.
Well, hello, Gracie. Hello, George.
Madeline, I'm so glad to see you.
Gracie, you look absolutely wonderful. And George, how are you?
Fine, thanks.
I can only stay a second, but I'm dying to hear all about Hollywood, Gracie. Does, what's her name still wear those false,
eyelashes, yes.
Did, who's this ever get married?
Yeah. She married a fellow from Sacramento.
No.
Made him a millionaire in 6 months.
Really?
Yeah. Of course, he was a multimillionaire when she married him.
Honestly, Gracie, why doesn't she retire from pictures? She'd be known as the grand old lady of the screen. If she were only a lady.
Yeah. Well, isn't it nice to get together and talk about old friends?
Yes. But, I have to be getting back to my room. I'm trying to learn a very difficult script for my next picture. Goodbye. I'll see you later.
Oh, all right. Goodbye, Madeline.
Gracie, who were you and Madeline talking about?
We don't know, George. The girl who lived in the... she always ate at... whenever we went to... She was always there with... Remember now?
Oh, yes. She was married to, with the big fat, a lovely couple. Yes.
Come in.
I beg your pardon. Is this the room from which the request for a piano emanated?
Oh, no. You got the wrong room.
Oh, no, they haven't, dear. Bring the...
Well, have you a firm grasp, Mr. Ridgway?
I have indeed, Mr. Fielding.
Then steady as she goes, Mr. Ridgway. Excellent, Mr. Ridgway, excellent.
Oh, I fancy any piano mover could have done it, Mr. Fielding.
Your modesty becomes you, Mr. Ridgway.
Oh, come, Mr. Fielding.
No, Mr. Ridgway.
You positively had me blushing, Mr. Fielding.
But I...
Quiet, now. Gracie, I know why you had that piano brought in here. Stop it. I told you could not play the piano at Paul Whiteman's concert in Carnegie Hall.
You did not. You said I couldn't play until I was as good as Rachmaninoff.
Well?
Well, I'll practice a couple of days.
I can't stand this. I'm getting out of here.
Oh, poor George. He just has no ear for music. Could cry when I think of all the beauty that he misses. Like that, for instance.
Making that awful... I didn't know you were taking piano lessons, Gracie.
Oh, I'm not taking lessons, Madeline. I'm just rehearsing for my appearance in Carnegie Hall.
Huh?
Well,
you're what?
Paul Whiteman is going to give a concert there on the 16th, and I'm going to be his guest soloist.
Will George, by any chance, do a striptease on the same program?
Oh, no. It's just an artistic evening. Pardon me, Madeline. Come in.
Hello, Gracie. I can't... Oh, gee, isn't that Madeline Carroll?
Madeline, this is my girlfriend, Tootsie Sagwell.
How do you do?
Oh, Carol, I've been dying to meet you for ages. But the closest I ever came was one night in Hollywood when I waved to you at the wrestling matches.
Remember? No, I'm afraid I don't. Who are you wrestling?
Well, never mind. Gracie, could I borrow a few handkerchiefs?
Well, sure, Tootsie. Didn't you bring any?
Yes, but I've used all mine to get acquainted with men. I keep dropping them on the sidewalk, and they keep kicking them into the gutter.
Oh. Well, why don't you try dropping them in the gutter?
Oh, I don't care to meet that class of men. Come on.
Now, what were we saying, Madeline?
Well, about your practicing, Gracie. I'm trying to memorize a part right in the next room, and there are no other rooms available. You understand, don't you?
Oh, yes. You can't help listening when I pour my soul out on the keyboard.
I knew you'd understand.
You know, I'd stop in a minute if George wasn't so stubborn.
George?
Yes. He doesn't want me to give the concert until I'm as good as Rachmaninoff. So I have to practice.
Gracie, please don't practice anymore. I mean, really, you're as good as Rachmaninoff right now.
Well, you know that, and I know it, and Rachmaninoff knows it, but George is so stubborn.
Gracie, there must be some way you could persuade George to let you play the concert without practicing.
Have you any ideas?
Well, one of my friends can make her husband do anything because she once caught him flirting. Did you ever catch George?
Oh, no. He never looks at another woman.
But I've got to to learn my part for that picture?
Well, wait, I've got it. We can help each other.
How?
Well, let me cast you, Freddie, with George.
Oh, no. George isn't exactly my type.
Oh, it's too bad. So, Madeline, I know you want to concentrate on your part, and I do get tired of this.
On second thought, George isn't so bad. In fact, he's becoming more attractive every minute. So I'll do it. I'll make love to George.
Oh, wonderful. That solves both our problems.
Yes, and someday I'll erect a monument, and the inscription will say, "To the memory of Madeleine Carroll. No actress can ever equal the sacrifice she made for the sake of the theater."
And now here's Jimmy Cash, and his song is "You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To."
You'd be so nice to come home to. You'd be so nice by the fire, while the breeze on high sang a lullaby. You'd be all that I could desire. Under stars chilled by the river, under an August moon burning above, you'd be so nice, you'd be paradise. Under stars chilled by the river, under an August moon burning above, you'd be so nice, you'd be paradise. Come home to
Gracie, I've been thinking this over, and honestly, I don't believe I can go through with it.
Why not, Madeline? What's wrong?
Well, the idea of making love to George is a little too much for me. I've got cold feet.
Oh, well, he'll never notice that. Just keep your shoes on.
I mean, I'm nervous. Couldn't we call it off?
Well, we could, but if we do, I'll have to keep practicing for the concert, and you'll never be able to study your part for that picture.
Yes, there's that, and I simply must have peace and quiet if I'm ever to learn my lines. All right, Gracie, I'll do it.
Oh, good. But, Madeline, before we go on, I want to ask you, well, it's rather a personal question.
Well, what is it?
Well, do you know how to make love?
My dear girl.
Well, you see, you said you were nervous, and I suppose that means you haven't had any experience. And, well, maybe we'd better have a talk.
Are you suggesting that before I play this scene with your husband, I should be told about the birds and the bees?
Oh, no. I don't want you to chirp at him or buzz for him. I just want you to be convincing. Can you make your voice low and quivery?
Don't worry about my voice. I guarantee to make every syllable sound like it was wearing a sweater.
Oh, good. We've just got to put this over. Now, when George comes in, you'll be reclining on the divan. Would you like a rose to hold in your teeth?
No, I believe not. It might confuse George. He wouldn't know whether I was luring him or eating a salad.
Oh, there's George. Now, lean back, Madeline. Close your eyes. Yeah, that's right.
Quick, Gracie, run and hide. Come in. Oh, my beloved, at last you are here.
Huh? What?
My goodness, you're not the man I thought you were.
Oh, well, give me time, gorgeous. I just got here.
Please, you must go.
Go? Oh, gee, we just met. Ah, Maddie, you're beautiful. Your skin is like peaches and cream, Your lips are like cherries. Your hair...
Hadn't you better stop with just peaches and cherries? You've already used up 48 points.
You know, Madeline, I'm crazy about blonde hair. Beautiful, soft, lustrous, curly blonde hair.
Really?
Yes, and the reason is that I wash it with Swan. That Swan, the new white floating soap that's purer than finest Castiles. Money can't buy a pure soap.
Sander, you better go. You see,
I'm sorry, Madeline. I know I acted impulsively, but I'm really not like that. At heart, I'm just a simple boy, the home type. I want only 3 things from life. A little cottage, a baby, and, well, I guess you know the third.
What?
Bar Swan to bathe the baby. Swan is great for bathing babies, you know. It's so mild that it's kind even to a little baby's skin. So you know Swan must be great for your hands and face, your tub or shower.
Now, really, young man, you must leave this instant. I'm expecting someone.
Oh, I get it. You lead me on and then toss me aside like an old shoe. I should have listened when Father told me about women.
What did he tell you?
Well, he said, Willie, my son, women have long considered Castile soap the standard of purity. But Swan is even purer than finest Castiles. That's what my pop said.
Oh, Bill, if you don't hurry up and leave, you'll spill everything.
Oh, really? Well, say, what are you girls up to, Gracie?
Well, I'm trying to catch George, and Madeline Carroll is the bait.
Madeline Carroll is the bait? Well, gee, what a sucker I am. You know, all my life I've gone fishing with worms. So long.
Madeline, isn't he cute?
Well, he might be fun in a soapy sort of way.
Well, look, George will be here any minute, so I'll go and hide again. And when you've got him trapped, I'll rush out.
Hey, shouldn't we have some sort of a signal?
Oh, yes. Look, when you're ready, why don't you say something to him in French?
All right. What about, l'amour? Toujours l'amour.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. It sounds even better in French. That must be George. Good luck, Madeline.
Come in.
Hello, Madeline.
Oh, my beloved. At last you are here.
Who? Me?
Yes, George, darling. George, my dearest. Didn't you know?
Why, who? Me?
It's useless to pretend any longer, George. I've tried to hide it, but I can't.
You can't?
No, darling. Hasn't it ever occurred to you that you're tremendously attractive?
Why, who? Me?
I must have you, George. I must have you, do you hear? Or I shall go mad. Mad, George, mad.
Mad?
Mad.
What? Madeline, I'm a married man.
Yes, I know you're worried about leaving your wife, but you needn't, George. Don't forget, I make a very nice living, too.
But I love my wife, Madeline.
No one shall stand in my way. Come here, to my arms.
Hey, cut it out, Madeline. Let go, don't do that.
L'amour, toujours l'amour.
Huh?
L'amour, toujours l'amour.
You just said that.
I know, but it doesn't seem to be getting results. L'amour, toujours l'amour.
Aha!
Oh, now, Gracie,
Oh, Wolf, you cad, you two-timer. Sorry I was late, Madeline. I had to run in my stockings. Oh, you beat George Burns. Just think that you would...
Wait a minute. So you framed me, huh?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I just happened to walk in here and find you in the arms of a woman I'm absolutely certain is not your wife.
Uh-huh. Great, it won't work. You're not going to play piano in Carnegie Hall March 16th. And that's final.
Well, Gracie, I guess our scheme's a failure. And I'm sorry I made love to your husband.
Oh, well, that's all right, Madeline.
And, Gracie, you know that stuff you wanted to tell me about the birds and the bees?
Uh-huh.
You better tell it to George. Goodbye.
You know something, George Burns?
What?
Oh, I didn't like that look in your eye while Madeline was hugging you.
Oh, go on. The only look I had was surprise.
In one eye. The other eye looked very happy.
You mean it was smiling?
I don't know. It seems to me that Madame Carroll is a very dangerous woman to have in the next room to you. I'll fix that. Still there. Has left there. I'll get her. That did it. Well, I got rid of her.
George and Gracie will be right back, so I'm just going to take a second to say that I'll bet you've got at least 3 or 4 different kinds of soap in your house. Laundry bar soap, package soap, toilet soap. But look, you don't need any of them with Swan in the house. That's why Swan saves you money. In the kitchen, for dishes and cleaning, Swan does the work of easily wasted package soaps. And in the bathroom, well, Swan gives you more soap per penny than any leading toilet soap tested. And gives you a soap that's purer than finest Castiles. So look, get Hep, get Swan. Well, here they are again, George and Gracie.
Look, Gracie, will you please forget the concert? I don't want you to get up in Carnegie Hall and make a fool of yourself.
Oh, don't worry, George. They laughed at all great musicians. They even laughed at Franz Schubert. But look at all the theaters named after him.
Yeah, that Paramount was a great musician, too. Sad. Oh, good night, everybody.
The new white floating soap, join George and Gracie in inviting you to tune in to your CBS station again next week. Their guests at that time will be Jose Irby and James Taylor. Remember, George Burns and Gracie Allen, CBS next Tuesday night. And don't forget to listen to Swan's other show, Connie Riggs and Betty Lou, over another network. And now till next week, this is Bill Goodwin saying, well, Swan, how about you? Good night.